Okay, before ngiqale ngisacela ukubuza akhona ama participants aka MMM esinawo njengoba sila endlini. All participants ukhona.
Yeah.
Number 1 omunye, number 2, number 3 our mama brother ngicela. Siyabonga. Ngicela siyishayele ihlobo ukuthi siyama member. Kwenzekalani, are you happy with community or khona izinto?
Yeah, kusanamathizithize nje.
Akhona. Alright. I'm sure nabo wonke umuntu kanjalo. Okay. Laba abanye I assume abawona ama participants, so they are not members ale community, right? Okay. For bona ngizocela nje ukuthi just to go through slide sethu so that they can briefly understand what is MMM all about and ngizoqhubeka explain ukuthi kwenzekani. My name is Phethelo, as I have mentioned. We live in an era where the rich becomes richer and the poor just stays poor. The people we put in power misuse the resources that are supposed to empower the people who voted for them. Sometimes I wonder if recession only affects the low-ranked citizens while the politicians, employers and bank owners get richer every day. We grew up being taught that hard work pays, and by hard work they mean long hours of hard labor dealing with rude bosses. We sign contracts that turn us into slaves. And still, the monthly salaries do not even meet our needs and want requirements. Then we turn to banks for loans, and when we cannot pay those loans, they become poorer and homeless because the bank repossesses their properties. The question is, why live like a slave when you can be the master? That is possible by simply joining MMM. We are more of a family that cares and that helps each other to reach and live their dream lives. All we do is decrease the gap between the rich and the poor. When you are a member of MMM, money won't have power over you because we value financial freedom and freedom from slavery. You will be the boss and be in control of your own soul and mind. With MMM, your life and your country is in your hands. What is MMM? Number 1, MMM is not a bank. MMM does not collect money. MMM is not an online business or an investment. MMM is a community where people help each other financially. MMM gives you a technical basic program which helps millions of participants worldwide to find those who need help and those who are willing to provide help for free. How does this work? MMM participants give help by transferring money to each other directly. Today you help someone and tomorrow you receive help from somebody else. And the money you provide help with grows with 30% every month, as you can see on those banners. How is this possible? MMM is like a huge drawer where people put their money they currently don't use, which they earlier used to put in the bank. I would like to underline that. Where people put their money currently they don't use, which earlier they used to put in the bank. Later on, you can take out from this drawer the amount you deposited plus 30% for every month. How to join MMM? Before you join MMM, you must have 3 things: bank account, email address, a Bitcoin wallet. Then you fill in the forms on the website, on the registration page. Then you log into your PO, and then you can provide help to anyone for as little as 100 Rand a day. Thank you very much for that. Ngikhola sonke ukuthi siyasikhuluma isiZulu, so ngizocela kakhulu ulimi lwasekhaya. Ukusuka nje kuka MMM, let me take you back the reason why MMM and ukuthi MMM usuka. MMM was founded by a guy okuthiwa Useki Mavrodi. Useki Mavrodi is from Russia. It's a Russian guy waqala MMM. The reason why he started MMM, before he started MMM, let me just tell you about a brief history of Mavro. Mavro, as a young man, he was good in mathematics. In school, he used to also assist othisha bakhe mabengekho afundisa ingane, and also where attend a college part-time enza i-programming. Ekufundeni kwakhe, he graduated a college, wathola i-degree artificial intelligence. So that's science, that's like your creation of computers and gadgets. So he was a computer wizard. In 1989, he started his first company, Stock Generation, which was dealing with office equipment. In 1994, Mavro created the first operating system in Russia. Operating system in the computer. All these computers have an operating system. So he was the first guy to build a computer in Russia in 1994. So by then, Mavro, he was a billionaire then, because Russia is the biggest country in the world. And the computers by then, Chinese, in the market. So when the market sales of computers declined from 1,000% to 20%, Mavro was here, and that was 1994. The Russian government collapsed. Most of the country's resources were going to be privatized and sold to a fewer individual business people. So the majority of the Russian population was not gonna survive, because they were not gonna be part of anything. Yonke into belonged to a few business people. It started with MMM in 1994, whereby abantu base Russia, whenever they come to our office as a MMM, if you buy an MMM ticket for 100 Rand at the beginning of the month, at the end of the month, it gains you 100%. So, now 100 Rand ticket, if you after 30 days, it's only 200 Rand. It goes on as a Malinyuk. First month, it did that. There was no problem in Russia. People were buying tickets. Second month, it carried on. No one, officials, policemen, everybody was buying. Third month, aggressive advertising. People started to buy these tickets. In 6 months, he had 15 million people. Rush, buy tickets, and also their relatives. Imagine 15 million plus no cousin, about 5 times 15 million. So that's how much money he had in his position from the Russian people. So bankers and the government at the time, they feared, because Mavro did, what he did was he created a system whereby he's gonna get money from people and buy resources. So I said back to the people. The government was not happy. They raided premises act of tax. So the first charge was tax evasion. But how can he pay tax? Because then the benefit abantu. He's not profiting from it anyway. So by raid my offices up as a triple M, they took away 17 trucks of the Russian people's money, of the Russian population. By Caesar Mali, it never came back. Mavro went to jail. When he went to jail, in order to get political immunity and go to parliament, you need 100,000 signatures. Mavro owed 15 million people and relatives, so it was easy to get 100,000 signatures. He applied, he got out of jail free to serve the state of Duma in Russia as a vice president of that state. When he got out of Russia, he didn't even go to one political meeting. He didn't even take one check. He carried on with developing an MMM. They arrested him again for fraud, because when he got out of jail, he was supposed to go serve his country. He didn't serve it. They arrested him for that because he was still building land or abangaitai. Because government don't want people to get rich, because they benefit from everything, whether from banks, from others. Government always has a share. So they arrested Mavro, he served his time. 2011, he came out. He came out before 2011. 2011, he introduced the new Triple M evolution, whereby there will not be a central bank, whereby power imali Triple M. Now, the money is through our participants. So, mina zosiza omunye siza omunye. In that way, the government can't get hold of our money. Osars can't get hold of our money. No one can create them, they can't wait and take people's money. He did that. That was success in Russia. It went out to the Western countries. Now it's in more than 200 countries and with 2 million participants worldwide transferring money to each other. It's the biggest money transactor a day in the world. So what I want to say is, like South Africa, Triple M was doing well. Past the three months, people were getting paid everything. They be hamburgers. But now they can see, the bankers can see as well. It's okay, people are taking home loans. 500,000, Capitec was giving them like that. 500, 250, home loan, 500. Buy about FIO, MMM, FIO, go ban. There's many of these. But I'm a financial community and a track record, a history, Jengo MMM. So they took those. Within 2 years, 3 years, Umuntu is able to pay a home loan, which is for 20 years. You get interest, finally a reserve bank, because I'm a bank now, it's just small banks. They also have to answer to a reserve bank. The interest in their finally they charge. Because even the banks are the biggest pyramids. You can say, oh, your money is safe at bank. For 5,000 rand, come end of the month, they'll charge you. Charges, you withdraw, do everything, they take your money. Because they are pyramids. In such a way is, let's say this beautiful young lady, she's a successful educator, she can afford atufuna umuzi emhlanga rocks. Okay, the bank says, okay, so pay slip yako, everything is alright, you're permanent, it's very nice. Okay, which house you want? Okay, we come, it's 1.5 million rent house. Okay, you can afford. What the bank is going to do, at least when you afford, you don't have money, but you can afford to pay an installment or e-bond. It's going to take everybody's money, and it's going to buy you the house, and it's going to charge you the interest on top of that. That's how banks do, and you can't dispute that. That's a crime, but they're doing it. Why is it legal? Why is that legal? Because government is benefiting from it. Why they are stopping with Triple M? Why they are publishing among? Because the Triple M was wood. That's the biggest thing issue in South Africa. Triple M failed. Triple M Global. There was Triple M Global and Triple M South Africa. Triple M Global was a pilot. Our base would say, okay guys, we have young 30% in relative countries in their own currencies. We have a sharp. So okay, let's try and see if we can create another platform which will pay 100% a month. Okay, that was a pilot. There's, okay, my participants, everybody knew who was joining, who MM Global. They joined, they were happy, they played. Wasn't a big corner, man, with it. I was couldn't, because 11 I salingan, and then they destroyed it. Because Bashi e-pilot, it didn't fall. By wiper out, and then they put people whom our countries are for 30%. So one stupid, uneducated journalist from the News 24 published a story. What's the MMM doing, a Russian fraudster, whatever. Because in the end, what you see on the news, you'll always see the bad stuff. I can then enjoy my bond. It's always something negative. That's how they painting even Mav. When you see Mav, hey, this Russian fraudster ex-convict who stole 15 million people's money, because they want to invoke fear into you. That's the same thing they did Triple M SA. They saw what everybody is happy. So what they did, they published. Because in Triple M, if you can understand, it's controlled by the amount of abantu abafakayo and abakhiphayo. Because sikhokhelana sodwa, there's no interest anyway. Imali ikhokha abantu ongasazi. So if ustake cash work is 100,000, you can put it there. But that's why it starts as little as 100 rand. But in the end, because we are all people and most of us are hungry for money. So Triple M became a platform for Amapan, which I get rich, because if I sign OCC, I get a bonus, 10%. If I sign Omuni, I get a bonus. If I sign Omuni and also Ganjal, so I get just money for nothing. You understand? So Abantu Benzenjani, they saw this opportunity and then they went around but created their own ideology, which I know is 10,000 your spare money? If it is a spare money, well, in fact, because what's happening now, the Triple M SA, they invoked fear into participants. So what happened was, Abantu Abaning went out because they went to Triple M movie. So what happens if we want the FNB match? There won't be an FNB tomorrow. Any sane bank or any bank in the world, even if 30% of Abantu about Fagimazab withdraw, they won't be alive for a week. So that's what happened to MMM. So most of Abantu, they got help and they withdrew their money. The people who were supposed to inject money into the system, the new participants and other participants, so now the system yaba not balanced. So hence, imali zivizile abafrizelwe imali. That caused for the system to restart. What do I mean by restarting? The money that was put before 30 April is still in the system. If you have 20,000 or 5, ubuku, but offer before 30 April, money is still there. You can still get your money. I fully got it. I mean, indlela ozokwazi ukukhipha ngayo imali yakho is to provide help. Fanele ufake imali futhi. Njengoba kushiwo ka MMM ukuthi imali oyifakayo iqala ku100 rand ufike ku1000 rand ku100,000. So kuzoba kuwena ukuthi hayi mina mangifaka imali yami ngafaka u100 or ngifaka u10,000, but into ezokwenzeka kwimali yakho le yakudala uzothola 10% mase uyikhipha from imali entsha. Any questions? Nice 10%?
Okay, ngithi ngizwa ukuthi sekufanele ngifake enye ukuze ngithole.
Yes.
Yebo. Sengifakelani enye ngoba phela angithi ngangifake vele yami akasekho ofakayo ukufakela mina. Ngiyenza ngifake unikhole lithi angifake. Ngifakele uMisbiyela.
Yes.
Ngifanele ukuthi nafakele omunye kanjalo. Nami bekufike nami bekhona ufakela. Manje mase nithi ngizokhipha u10% sengishiyela abandelele.
Le enye angithi that's what I'm saying. Lento, it's a community of people who are willing to help each other selflessly financially. So what happened was imali le, I'm sure mawuthi imali yakho is-stuck here in the system. Imali oyifaka ngale kuka30. So that money is
30 April.
30 April, yes. Leyo mali ibizwa nge-old map. It's still in the system. Instead of ukuthi ungatholi lutho kuthiwa ibhanoyi lihambe, your money is still in the system. But we're encouraging people to stay in the community, because if everybody can get their money, just like you are saying, okay, what about the rest of my 90% ehleli lapha? So ngizofuna 100%, we will draw everything and Triple M uzophela. Yes, that's why there's everything lapana. You read before you sign to be a member. You sign on something, you know what it is. And you know AMA risk and AMA regulations because everything is on the website. No, Umavro doesn't even benefit us. And my benefits are Umavro, it's because now Ma, Triple M doesn't have a bank, so no one has your money. Imali is Omunye Tilum. Is the community. Account number. The thing is, now we have to be. You have to know what you're doing. You can't just say anything. You understand? Because it's simple. If you don't know, you must ask. You zotola an educated fact. Than raise an opinion with something ongayazi, but you are speculating on something. Here at Triple M, if ukona a member, engakazi itholi imali yakhe for the pyramids before I negative meter, yes. Why? Yeah. What? Guide. It's in a guide because that's a person. What is of leg? After how long? After how long? It freeze. Why? Okay.
Shoot, it's my loss.
It's not your loss because your money is still there. It's not a loss. But what are they saying? Umuntu osayina phe kule community usayine ngoba ethanda. So mina benefit a lot from the community because I play safe and ropi ama participants ngifuna ukuceba la. This is not indlela yokuceba. If ufaka imali because you want to buy something. Let's say you want to buy a car and the car is 150,000. You understand? No, not a car because abantu they mislead again. Because let's say you want to buy a TV and the TV is 5,000 rand. If you put 3,000 rand, first month you get 900. Second month you get about 1.1. You should save it, so 22,000 from the community. And ageko member if you don't everything you do it on time. Because you need to know how to log in. No, this is not a fly by night. The community, there's even a call center. A call center. I would like to see that one. But there's a call center where you can call. They are sending us. They are sending us to go. And since there's emergency call, you need to provide help.
I guess it's again 5,000.
Yes.
And now, messing out 500 slow walk when the routine yes. Messing over 10% on 5,000.
It's on 500. uthola 10% of your old money mawuthatha imali. Actually which for 6 months. To a lendo it will take 6 months to take this one. So when if you PH at least 10 times and withdraw 10 times within a month, you might be lucky which imali yakho izoloku ingene olento yes, must age.
Oh.
So the umuntu who understand that will understand.
You may be. And I like that word maybe.
Yes, because you know why? You know why? Lento control among participants. You understand? It's controlled by people. Umavro only created a system as of Smechisana. Understand? So it doesn't have our money. Imagine when there is a participant living and wonke umuntu okhona kwi system unemali yakhe. So what they are saying, they must not withdraw everything at once because it will collapse. So bayacabangela. Unless you want this to vanish. Manje amakhishi ngaphandle thina esodlala esemamember abazali bahleka bodwa because they can see. No. Anganje so encourage ukuthi don't and ziningi izinto ezenzekayo. If ufunda iPO yakho, there are lots of things ezenzekayo with community. There's isikole samahala, there's charity amahala, there's there's a lot of things that you can benefit with MMM. But kuyashiwo kodwa kuyashiwo ukuthi dlala ngemali ongamind ukuthi not to say phela ukuthi ayikho imali kuthiwa dlala ngemali efana njenge-tip. You understand? Kushiwo kuwebsite.
You want to use it now.
Yes.
Imagine like ukuthi uyoyibhenka then uzoyithatha ngesinye isikhathi. Yabona ngemali
yabona lapha kuthiwa MMM life ngize ngakuphinda lokho. MMM is like a withdrawal where people put their money they currently don't lose. You understand? So when if you now 20,000 ongawusebenzisi ngaleso sikhathi
mina ngiya-understand ukuthi like imali obey like it's like stokvel kodwa ayikho kumali. If umuntu owashayo ngoba naye enemali the problem lo muntu angithi usejishini inkinga ibe sekuthenini njengoba kusuke kwavela lezi ngqishinqisho wonke umuntu besefuna imali yakhe. Uyayibona lona then njengoba wonke umuntu efuna imali yakhe imali zikubantu vele ukuze ke le mali yakho uyikwazi ukuthi iphume. You have to PH ukuze i-old mavro yakho ibuye kuwena. And the reason ibuya i-10% is because of sonke le mali. So that is why ingena ngo-10% kuze bonke abantu bakwazi ukuthi not ukuthi ayikho.
Singadlile lesikhathi senu sokulemba nanga manje asiphuzele manje.